All right, y'all, 4:30 on a Tuesday afternoon. It is time to get going. Welcome, Coach Luis here, health fitness specialist with Exos at Autodesk. This is Abs and Core with Luis, where we're aiming to get really strong to protect the spine over time, everywhere from here all the way down to the mid-leg. What we're going to be doing today, you guys, got a couple curveballs to throw at you movement-wise. I'm sure everyone's going to reap these benefits, though. What we're going to do today is start out with 45 seconds of work in round one, 50 seconds of work in round two, and then we're going to come back down to 45 seconds of work in round three. So slight little pyramid here over 3 rounds. We're going to be doing 45 seconds of work first, then 50, and then back down to 45. So that's kind of how our workout's going to be structured today. We got 6 intervals. So we're going to do kind of an EMOM style. What we're going to start out with, the beginning of each round, is going to be some Nordic quads. I'm going to pause for one moment. Equipment that we're going to need for this workout today, you guys, nothing crazy. I think a pillow will do the tricks, something like this, or if you have a foam pad like I do, something that we're going to be able to just comfortably put both of our knees on and not be in any discomfort whatsoever. We are also going to be using this prop to push into a little bit with our upper body later, but our main focus here, especially with the Nordic quad, is having something to rest our knees on, have our full body weight on, something that is comfortable. So usually a pillow will do the trick. If you don't have one right now near you, take a moment, go and grab one. What we're going to be doing for these Nordic quads, we're going to have knees planted about hip width apart on our pad here. And what we're going to be doing is resisting the urge to bend backwards through the hips and the spine as we go here. So we got to really tighten up through the glutes, through the core. We got to be rock solid, straight line between the top of my head and my knees here. And we're going to come back, lengthening those quads as much as you feel comfortable, as much as you can keep that nice straight line going. If you start to lean back and then start to feel some bend coming from somewhere else in the spine, go ahead and pause. Let's just maintain a nice range. See, I only feel comfortable going back a certain amount while keeping my core tight, keeping that line nice and straight. So we're going to work the core here. We're going to work the quads here as well. That is movement number 1. Now, movement number 2, something we're probably pretty familiar with, and that is just our standard plank. You guys have the options to be either on the hands up high with the plank today or on the elbows down nice and low. I think I'm going to go with the low one. The core is tight, the back is flat. Spread the feet apart just a little bit. And we're in a staring contest with the ground, just making sure we're staying nice and static. All right, guys, up third, we got our hollow position isometric. So this is something I know we've been working on for a few months. We're getting better at it each time. Our goal here today is to try and hold it as long as we can, hopefully the entire interval. So arms are up overhead, not touching the ground. Legs are out, extended, nice and straight. Core is tight. That's gluing our whole back to the ground. So if you feel your back coming up at all at any point, it's okay. Just let those legs down, take a rest. Take a breath, re-glue that back to the ground, and then we'll find that nice hollow position. We're just going to hang out and breathe. All right, guys. So interval number 4, this is where something new is also coming in once again. So we're going to bring our pillow or pad back into the mix. We're going to be lying on our sides and pushing into the pillow or the pad on the ground here. So you'll notice my starting position. I got the knees stacked on top of each other, right up here at hip level. Everything is going to try and stay static. Now we can have both hands interlaced, one on top of the other, or you can just do one arm. But mainly what we're trying to do is push into that pillow or pad, activate that core as hard as we can, like we were trying to twist through the ground. Now, obviously, the ground is an immovable object. I want us to keep that tension going for about 3 to 5 seconds. That's going to be our reps. We're going to rep it out through that 45 or 50 second time window. So again, we're not holding this tension throughout 100% of each interval. What we're going to do, head rested or floating, we're just going to try and twist as hard as we can into the ground for a few seconds and then relax. And what I want you guys to feel through that midsection, a lot of muscles working, trying to churn that torso. Obviously, we're not going to get too far, but this is a great way to kind of practice and build up that anti-rotation strength through the core by pushing into an immovable object, essentially. So pillow or pad, if it's more comfortable just to push your hand into the ground, go ahead and do that. We're gonna do one side at a time. We're gonna flip over to the other side following. And then lastly, plank to pike is going to be the last thing that we do here for each round. So with the hands planted under the shoulders, we get up into our nice high plank position. We're then gonna push ourselves up, tails up towards the ceiling, lock those arms out overhead into our pike position, and then bring it all the way back to the plank. Now, when we do that, we wanna make sure that those hips don't sink down too low between, or sink past that line between the shoulders and the heels here. We wanna keep it nice and solid. Exhaling, nice and strong every time we're coming back down into that plank position. So those are gonna be the 6 kind of EMOM intervals that we're gonna go through, you guys. First round's gonna be short, second round's a little longer, third round back to being kind of short as far as those work intervals go. So let's go ahead and dive into our warm-up. What we're gonna need here, you guys, is just some space. Let's come and find some space on the ground, on our backs here. And we're gonna warm up with one of our favorites, and that is going to be the heel taps. So feel free to use your pillow as a prop if you want to support your head here during the warm-up. It's not going to make a difference because we're going to use that core to glue our entire back to the ground here. So big deep breath. As we exhale out all the air we have, we're going to start to feel like lots of tension through that midsection. Let's keep the tension. We can continue to breathe. And now we're just gonna tap one heel on the ground at a time. Just letting that heel kiss the ground. We're just moving from the hips. Strong exhales are our friend here. Nothing should be changing around the lower back. Keep it all glued to the ground. Don't let the hips affect anything. Core is working. One more each side. Good, there we go. And nicely done. All right, you guys, we can relax that midsection. Let's find our hands and knees position. What we're gonna do is warm up with one of the classics, and that is the primal press. So hands under the shoulders, we got the knees under the hips. What we're gonna do is push down through those palms and those toes simultaneously, bringing the knees up about an inch or two. Back is nice and flat, the core is tight. We're taking a few breaths, just staring at the ground. Last one. Good, let's rest those knees. All right, you guys, shoulders are nice and warmed up now. They're ready to go. All right, what I'm gonna do next is grab the timer. We'll go ahead and set it up. We're starting again with those Nordic quads. So make sure you have your pad or your pillows close, something that's gonna make that contact between your knees and the ground comfortable and sustainable. All right, y'all, 18 minutes of work set up here. We're doing 3 rounds, 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest here to start. It's gonna kick into a higher gear in round 2, and then round 3, we're gonna come back, do it just like round 1. Here we go, starting with the Nordic quad, 3, 2, 1, here we go. All right, so remember, both knees are planted under the hips here. The glutes are squeezed, the core is really tight. We're in a nice straight line, letting ourselves come back as much as we feel comfortable, and using those quads to bring ourselves back forward. Good job, you guys. It's okay if we're not going back super far. Don't feel like you have to go back a ton in order to get that work out of the core. Remember, we're just resisting gravity, and we're kind of resisting those forces that want to bring us out of this nice straight line we got going on between our head and the knees. It's okay to take a breath or two in between reps as well, because these are tough. All right, guys, time to rest. Let's come down to the ground. We got our planks up next. Remember, elbow or on the hands for this one. We're gonna go ahead and get started here in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, guys. Static plank. There we go, y'all. Shoulders down and back. If you're on the elbows or the hands, that point of contact should be right under those shoulders so they're nice and supported. Good job, y'all. Good job. Remember, we're still bracing. Almost done. And time. There we go. Rest that knee. Good job, y'all. Okay. Next up is our hollow isometric. This time we're going to be on our back. Remember, splaying our arms and legs up in the air. The core is going to glue our backs to the ground. Here we go. So let's get those legs up first, knees bent, and we can straighten out the legs and the arms overhead. And now we're just hanging out. We're trying to resist the urge to let our legs fall or let that low back come up off the ground. This one's definitely tough, especially if we're trying to hold it for a long time. It's just as much of an exercise for the brain as it is for the body. Overcoming what we feel. We got 10 seconds left. Stay with me. Let's make it look clean in this first round. And time. There we go, you guys. Whew, starting to feel that burn. Okay, let's develop that stance here on our sides. Remember, it's time to twist into the ground. So knees are stacked on top of each other. Doesn't really matter which side you're starting on. I'm lying on my right side. Let's go ahead and get into it. Remember, 3 to 5 seconds for each rep. Trying to twist into the ground here as much as I can, and then relaxing. Time to go back in. Here we go. Twist, twist, twist. There we go, you guys. You should be feeling it right through the side of the core there. Let's do another one. Big time brace and twist as we go, you guys. I know it might feel awkward first time here. We're pushing into that ground as hard as we can. Let's go again. There we go. All right, guys, we got time for one more. Here we go. All right, and time. We can relax. Good job, y'all. All right, let's flip it on over to the other side. Same stance and setup, knees on top of each other, hip level. Try to make these things not move. All right, here we go. Let's get started. Trying to twist into the ground. So I'm lying on my left side, trying to twist to my left, pushing into that pillow and or the ground, activating that core as much as I can as I do so. Good job, y'all. Good job. Few seconds, max effort, and then we can rest. And I know it might be easy to hold the breath. I kind of find myself doing that too. Let's breathe through that tension. Let's get one more, and here we go. And time. There we go, you guys. Good job. All right, plank to pike here to end round one. Let's get into our position. We're going to go ahead and get started. 3, 2, 1. All right, top of that plank first. Pushing ourselves up into pike. All the way back down to plank. It's okay if we're not going super fast during this one. We want to make sure that we can really harp on that quality. That's why I'm bringing myself back into my high plank nice and precisely. Giving myself a moment to kind of breathe in this position, get familiar with this position. Good, there we go, you guys. Almost done. At least one more, we got one more. And time, there we go. Getting better each time, okay. 15-second rest here, then we're gonna go into Nordic quads for 50 seconds. This is where we're gonna kick it up a notch here in round 2. Grab water, take a break anytime you need. We're gonna start Nordic quads. 3, 2, 1. All right, knees planted on our pillow again. Going back as far as we comfortably can. Maybe that's only a little bit here today. Maybe that's all your body is telling you, and that is okay. It's likely that this one is new, that this is not practiced a lot, so it's okay that we start with baby steps. Not everyone is a professional at everything they try the first time around. Good job, y'all. Keep that glute squeeze, core tight. We're staying nice and stiff like a board as we come back. And then forward again. Good job, y'all. Good job. And time. All right, guys. Short rest here. We got our plank up next. 50-second plank. Let's see how we fare. Let's get into that position. All right, here we go. Time to go. This is a good time to think about your happy place or maybe your favorite meal, maybe what you got going on for dinner tonight. All are valid things to think about. Anything that will take our mind off the discomfort or the struggle that we might feel in this position. Either way, we got the elbows or hands planted under the shoulders. We're nice and supported, bracing the core really hard. We got a few seconds left. When I say a few, I mean about 10. Come on, you guys, let's make this one look good. I know we're kicking it up a notch. And time, there we go. All right, way to go, you guys. Okay, I wish I had an easier one coming up next, but I don't. It is that hollow position. Let's find that spot on our backs. Short rest, we're gonna get started right now. So let's get those arms up. We'll get the legs up, use the core, glue your back to the ground, and then we can extend into this nice big hollow position. Do your best to breathe. Keep those legs nice and straight. If you feel the need to take a rest during this one, that is totally okay. A breath or two can really recharge our muscles, let them get some energy back into them. We're coming back on the next hold, feeling even stronger. We're almost done here, guys. Let's keep it going towards the end or till the end. And time, there we go. Good job, y'all. Okay, time to grab that pillow or pad, lying on the right side first. Whatever side you started with, let's start a few reps at a time, twisting into the ground. And then relaxing, breathing as we do it. Big time tension though. Good job, guys, good job. Looking for it in the obliques as well as the middle of our core here. Let's keep going. Now, you guys do not have to stay on beat with me if you guys are having a different pace. Totally okay. All that matters is we're putting a lot of effort while we're twisting. We're breathing, and then we're relaxing. Got time for at least one more. Let's go. There we go, and time. All right, guys, let's switch it over to the other side real quick. Same deal on this side, same setup. Remember, we're twisting. Whatever side you're lying on, you're twisting that way into the ground. All right, here we go. Really tight core. Make sure you're in a nice straight line from that head to the hips here, keeping that spine straight. Good job, y'all. Good job. Do everything you can to make sure that those knees don't come off the ground, even though they want to, because of how we're twisting. Good job, guys. Good job. Max effort or near max effort on this twist. Good job, you guys. Getting stronger every rep. One more. Here we go. Good, and time. There we go. All right, guys, we are finally to the end of round 2. Let's close it out the only way we know how, and that's with an amazing performance on the plank to pike. Here we go. Plank position first. We can find that pike, and we find that beautiful plank position again. As we come down, the shoulders get locked into place. Good job, y'all. Taking a good breath in each one of these positions. Good. There we go. We got about 20 seconds left. Good job, you guys. Good job. We're getting there. We got 10 seconds left. If you need to grab water, take a break. It's okay to do so. That is time. Okay, guys, the final short rest of this workout, 10 seconds. Up next is our Nordic quads. We're going back to 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest starting now. All right, nice straight line. Develop that first, then we can lean back. Good, let those quads work. Use that core to resist any type of bend not happening at the knees. Again, in order to feel comfortable, it might just not be going back as far today, and that's okay. We can always build up. We don't want to push it too far and end up setting ourselves back, developing a not so nice relationship with a certain movement. Do what you can here today. Let those quads eat. We're almost done. One more rep. And time. There we go, y'all. Okay, planks up next. 45-second plank. This should be a walk in the park compared to last round. I know we're a little tired. Doesn't mean we can't make it look good though. All right, let's get our support under the shoulders. We're up into that plank, bracing real hard. Good job, you guys, good job. Nice straight line here. Big time tension through that core, you guys. Bracing real hard like we're expecting some sort of impact. Shoulders stay planted. We're almost done. A couple more breaths. And time. There we go, y'all. Bring yourself out of that position. Let's find our backs for the hollow. Final round. We're still making it look good. All right, hollow position. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Let's get those arms and those legs up, connect our back to the ground, and then we can sprawl out. Again, keeping those legs nice and straight. Do whatever you need to do, you guys, to make sure that that lower back doesn't come up off the ground. That's what I was just feeling. Don't want too much tension to be dumped directly into the spine. So take a little break, take a moment, find that connection again, find that position, and then we can resume. Good job, guys. I know it's agonizing. Let's keep going. And time. There we go, y'all. All right, let's find that side lying position, knees stacked. We're twisting into that immovable object, aka the ground. Here we go. Good job, you guys. Good job. The effort alone that we're pouring into this, it's gonna make our obliques that much stronger. Remember, 3 to 5 seconds or a few breaths. Good, there we go. Remember, keep those knees glued to the ground if you can. I know they want to come up as we twist. Let's do one more good rep here. And time. There we go, you guys. Great job on that side. We're switching over to the other side. 2 minutes left. Our final 2 intervals are here. Let's make them the best ones yet. Twisting into the ground. Here we go. Don't hold the breath. I keep catching myself do it, guys. Don't be like me. Strong exhales, sharp inhales. Good. Keep that twist going. It's all about that twist through the core. Good. A few more reps, you guys. Let's keep working. Good. We got time for at least one more. Let's finish strong here. All right, you guys. Plank to pike is coming up next. Let's make it look nice. This is the final interval of our workout here. Then we're going to cool down. 3, 2, 1. Remember, get familiar with each position, and then we're going to have no problem just going back and forth between the two. Good. Good job, you guys. Good job. Take your time here. Even though it's the end, we feel like we want to go fast. We're thinking about the clock. Clock doesn't really exist. Quality of our movement's the only thing that's real here. Let's keep it going. Almost done. We got a couple more in us. Final one here. And time. There we go. All right, you guys, great work, great work. Timer's coming off here. We got a cool down to do. We got a few more minutes left to do it. All right, y'all. So what we're gonna do here is set up lying on our sides, kind of similar to that starting position that we had for that new twisty movement, twisting into the ground. This time we're gonna be twisting. We're really gonna be opening up here, opening up that spine, loosening up some of those obliques. So, like I said, starting position, I'm lying on my right side here, knees are on top of each other, hip level, arms are outstretched in front. This time the arms are gonna separate that top arm. We're gonna open up like a big book as far as we comfortably can while keeping these knees down. Feel free to put your offhand on the top of those knees. Follow that top hand, that moving hand with your head. And as we close our book, we're watching that hand all the way to the starting point. So let's do a couple more of these. We'll switch it over. Turning that spine in unison. Vertebrae moving in unison. Good. Let's do one more here, followed all the way back with that gaze. Opening up one last time on the side, then we'll switch. Good, kind of unlocking the spine a little bit here, really opening it up. I'm gonna follow it all the way home, and let's switch on over to the other side. You guys can flip over. I'm gonna flip around so you can still see the front side here. All right, so same deal. That bottom hand, that hand we were just moving, that hand can go on top of the knees if you're worried about those things going anywhere. That top arm, that right arm, if you're lying on your left, is going to open up. We're going to keep our eyes on it. Big book. Turning our head and neck as much as we comfortably can. Let's slowly close it. 2 more here, guys. Breathing as we go, calming down as we go. Good, unlocking that spine on this side now. Maybe it feels tight, maybe not. 1 more rep. Way to go, you guys. Use that breath. Loosen up some of that tissue. Good job. All right, final thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna lie on our stomachs, do a quick cobra just to stretch out the front of that core, and then we are done. So all the way down on the ground, prone on our stomachs here, you guys. Let's try and wedge those elbows under the shoulders here so we can kind of be up and supported. Now the front of the pelvis still connected to the ground here. We're going to keep it that way. Try and look forward. Breathe into the front of that stomach. One more breath and then we are good. Nice job, you guys. All right, slowly let yourselves down. Bring those elbows out. Take a breath here on the ground just to make sure everything came back down in its right place with the spine. Feel free to then get up however is most comfortable for you. Thank you guys for being here today. I had fun with this new one. Couple curveballs in it. Couple curveballs in that workout. You guys handled it great. If you guys haven't already, download that Exosfit app. The best way to kind of connect with coaches, services, and the whole kind of Exos platform. You can find it on iOS and the Android stores for free. All right, guys, take care. I will see you guys in the next session. Good job.
Thank you, Chris.
See you, Dan. Great work.